Welcome to the spooky Discord.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the spooky Discord with its spooky sounds.
Not the spooky show.
No, it would never be the spooky show. No.
Because we are now past Festival of the Lost. No, Halloween.
Yes, the Festival of the Lost, it persists. It was supposed to be over. Then they remembered there were three weeks of Festival of the Lost.
Welcome to the Two Titans and a Hunter Destiny 2 podcast, a fantastic show dedicated to bringing you the latest blood-curdling intel, the spookiest news, and the most chilling opinions from the farthest depths of the underworld. Whether you're a newly resurrected zombie, fresh from the Cosmodrome, or a survivor of the zombie hordes, this is your Destiny destination. We'll arm you with tips, tricks, and hauntingly worthy tools to help you triumph, thrive, and survive the fight. So, without further ado, let's get on with the show.
Well, I suppose we better actually start the show properly and carry on with the blah blah blahs.
Yeah, I mean, we have to go talk about our experience with Ark Raiders, since this is the Ark Raider podcast now.
No, although,
Nope.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Peroty and Night Demon. Saying that, I mean, that's all I've seen. That's all I've seen on like YouTube. I was looking for videos this week, actively looking for videos of like, what can we recommend people go and watch if they're still, interested in Destiny and want some tips on what's going on. It's like, I've got nothing. Everybody's talking about this. Everybody's talking about that. The only active Destiny person is Lucky 10p, and all I get is doom and gloom from him. And it's like, I know you've got to make content, and that is the topic of the month. Do we have to keep going down this path? I think literally every day he's going, Destiny's numbers are getting worse. Oh, Destiny's numbers are getting worse. They're even worse this day. It's like,
even more.
I get that, but there are still people who really enjoy playing the game and just want to find other people that love the game and just want to embrace it and get on with its quirkiness at the moment. And just it's going to change. It's going to get better, I hope, but not according to Lucky 10p apparently, because I think he watched. I love these ones. They watched the video of somebody watching a video of somebody watching a video.
Yes.
I think it was him watching Sweatsicles talking about Sweatsicles' friends that have actually played Renegades, and it's not looking good. I was like, well, that's Sweatsicles' content of if that's what he wants to make, or that's just a couple of people's opinions. But yeah, and then Lucky makes his video on it. And it's like, yep. Yeah. Okay.
And then,
so,
Aston Cross will watch Lucky watch Swesticle, and then I've been enjoying and laughing at the let's watch someone watch a video. It's like, how many layers deep can we get? How far down the rabbit hole can we go? How many people can we get watching videos of people watching videos? Just how many times can we zoom back into that onion of, of people watching people. Yeah,
but I've been enjoying Fest of the Lost, and I know we said it last week and the week before. I would have liked to have extra stuff, but we've only got the stuff that we've got now. Saying that, the other thing that I was thinking was that, remember when we had spooky trials and we had the spiders running across the screen in Destiny 1? This was Destiny 1. You load into like somewhere like Cauldron, and then there was this like spider that would suddenly just run across your screen and really make you jump in Trials. I think they should have brought that back and have, because we've got Trials up at the same time we've got Fest of the Lost. So we could have had Spooky Trials, Red Rumble, Altars of Sorrow, the Haunted Forest, and the Haunted Lost Sectors. We could have had 5 things, but we didn't. Yeah. We've got the 2 things.
Yeah, I mean, again, I was just impressed to have, again, anything new. I mean, sort of lost hope in some way of just getting anything new from it. Just going, nope, this is what you're gonna have. This is what it is, and that's life. But I was happy to have anything new. I mean, that said, I mean, my critiques from last week stand of why are the revives so long and why are the loadouts locked? That just doesn't seem to quite jive with the. It's like it really does emphasize that Bungie wants everything to be this competitive experience. It must be hard. It must be challenging. Like, can I not just jump on and have a laugh? Can I not just have some fun?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's it. I have really enjoyed. I've played a bunch of Red Rumble, and honestly, I've been running around trying to shoot the big headless one because I think it's fun to see how much damage I can do before I'm hunted down by the other 5 people on the map who are not interested in shooting the big pumpkin man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've enjoyed both the game modes. I just jumped into some other fire team stuff this week. I did a couple of onslaughts because they finally gave me a match made onslaught, so I dutifully did that and really enjoyed the experience.
Yeah,
got some decent drops from it. It's still though like they keep saying, oh, the player numbers. Just turn matchmaking on. If you just flipped matchmaking on for everything in fire team ops, that would help. Because again, like I get on and I play a couple things and I go, well, I'm not doing any of this solo. I don't want to do the Coil solo. I don't want to run Conquest of Elders solo.
Yeah.
Why? If there's 17 of us out here playing this game, why can't you just find them for me and let's play? Like it's. I hope that's if I could ask for anything in Renegades, less locked loadouts and more fire team matchmaking. Like there are still there's only however many thousands of people playing the game. Great, let me find 2 of them.
Yeah.
It stop putting us all in individual offices. It's like you've built this apartment building and you put us all in individual rooms. There's 10,000 of us out here, but we can't talk to each other. We're all in individual rooms unless we're playing PvP against each other. It's like this is not a battle royale. Let me play with the people who are out there.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't say it last week because we had so much stuff to discuss, but the first week that we had the Festival of the Lost and we had the Haunted Altars and there was all that issues with the soft locks and the bosses getting bugged out. Initially, I started playing it as a solo activity, so I would set up my modifiers how I wanted, which you can kind of do if you've got your pre-made team. It's even better. So I was changing all the modifiers to make it better for me, and I went in and I didn't get up to the boss, but it still gave me a chest at the end and gave me some loot. And then when Blue came and joined, and I think Noble came and joined as well, and then I think we had somebody else as well. I forget. It could have been Hoops. But I can't remember off the top of my head at this point because it was a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, I tried to convince them that, doing it my way of kind of setting up my own modifiers was the way to go. And it was quite difficult for them to play, but we got through it and we did really well. And then Blue convinced me that he'd played so much of it that every time that he kind of came across the boss, there was no soft lock. And I was like, are you sure? And then we jumped into like a match-made game with all the kind of the settings that Bungie had said, right, this is what's going to be up for today. And they found it even harder than the modifiers that I'd set because we didn't have locked loadouts when we went in because I took that off and I put something else on. And it was like, okay. But, and I think some of the buffs that they gave were different or you could only have them in the match-made activity. So yeah, it was kind of, but again, I've played so much at the Festival of the Lost, but I've not actually come across that boss soft lock, even though they've kind of said that they've changed it or rectified it. I didn't actually come across it, but I was so fearful that first kind of week. I was trying to convince Blue and Noble to kind of let's just do our own version of it, which was still giving out a hell of a ton of loot, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if you've got a pre-made team, I think we only had 4 of us that first week, and it was really good to just kind of put your own modifiers because I put so many boons and buffs on, and I think we might have just had a Bane on or something, or like run over like the ammo bricks and they explode and things like that. But it's just with everything else going on in that game mode, it was pretty cool that the stuff that we had. So even Blue was still getting 550 rewards because he was at 550 at that point for the A+ rating.
Yeah, that's what I was. That was the question on everyone's mind: is were you still getting tier 5? Were you still getting,
Yeah.
tier
Tier
5
5,
or
550s.
light level, for wherever you were? And yeah, that's perfect because I mean that's I've played again. I've just played a ton of it because I enjoy it. But like it's chaotic, but almost in the wrong way. I don't know. Like it's chaotic, but like not in a way that I feel like I'm contributing sometimes. But that can also be kind of nice if I'm sort of half idling through a game. But yeah, but I'm right there with you though. I was so afraid of the soft lock, and I have not encountered it. Now
No.
again, it seems to be, based on if you're absolutely melting the boss, which honestly I've been with teams who sometimes largely don't really want to damage the boss and just want to kind of hang around and shoot ads, which is fine too. So I think I don't think I've been in any teams that have been like, all right, we're no one's trying to grind this for speed. They're just trying to get it done and then to go do it again.
Do you think the reason why we are enjoying it is because we've missed like having a 6-player activity in the season to do, and this is one of those things that kind of comes along where you can do the 6-player activity and not really have to not be like a raid and have everybody kind of talking and discussing things. You can kind of switch off and just enjoy playing the game mode. If you go down, you get revived, or you revive yourself, you back up. And I think, as I said, I think we only failed once in a match made activity somewhere along the line, and then everybody just kind of left at that point, even though it restarts you back at whatever wave you were on. But yeah, it's just like I'm enjoying it. I think because I've missed having that thing of doing something 6-player activity for the season. Maybe it would have been different if we'd had a 6-player activity as well as this, but then it would have been nice to have had something alternate to a 6-player activity that we've had for like the last 9-10 weeks. I don't know what you think.
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, I think Destiny is at its best when you can jump on, with either with a team or solo, and just go play activities with other people. I mean, I think the key to this game has always been playing with others. Now, and obviously there's people out who are like, no, I want to have my solo gaming experience.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, and I think a lot of other people, it's let me jump on with other people and go do content that is challenging but not punishing. Like this feels challenging at times for sure, but it doesn't feel punishing. It doesn't feel like I'm just hitting my head against a wall. And again, I'm getting tier 5s out of here, even though I'm only 420, 440, 50. I don't know where I am. I'm not to 500 yet, but I'm getting the good loot. I'm getting a lot of loot. It's like, it feels rewarding and it feels challenging, but I don't dread it. I don't load it up going, okay, I'm gonna struggle through this, and maybe it'll be worth it at the end. It's like, no, it feels like a good time. And I think like you said, just doing your own version with the modifiers you want is the answer if you have a team to go in with. Because it is like it's almost there. It's like this is a casual, fun jump on and just play it. You can do a round, you can do 10 rounds. It's there to have a good time with. But then weirdly locked loadouts and 30-second revive timer. So again, it's like it's just that weird like Bungie doesn't know what they want Destiny to be, and this really just feels like, again, just exemplifying that. It's like I'm happy we have it. It's just it could have been a little bit better. And
maybe that's something that they could look at in the portal, is like doing adjustments for timing for revive timers, where you could revive yourself instantly, or there is a 30-second timer, or it is, if you die, everybody goes back to orbit. Those kind of modifiers, just add that into the portal of like, well, if you're doing this one, you get more, but if you do this one, it doesn't count towards anything. I think that might be, I could see further on down the line that you can, because in a lot of games you can adjust how different things kind of work. You could do it in the Crucible kind of setup, can't you?
Right,
yeah. Instant, or especially like with Mayhem and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it is something we have in private matches now, and it just is. And it's one of those, again, it's gotten better as the event's gone on, but like that first week, like I would die because, again, I was trying to run in and be Superman and going, I can take all this. Okay, no, apparently I couldn't. But then I would just sit there because if your other 5 match-made teammates were busy or just not paying attention or didn't know you were down, you were sitting there for 30 seconds unable to play. And it's like this it's not a good experience on my my Halloween event. what is basically a casual horde mode thing. Like, I don't want to sit here for 30 seconds and wait for someone to find me or the revive thing to run out. It's just a weird disconnect between like, this isn't fun. I'm not enjoying being down and just watching this. It's like I'm getting some good notes written, or I'm getting I've got the YouTube video on in the background that I can enjoy while I'm dead doing nothing. But it's like this isn't what I want to be doing with my gaming time. I want to be gaming.
And I so appreciate that it's now gone to 3 weeks because,
Yes.
like, I've had this second week is half term for the kids, so it's like I've been able to jump on and play a little bit here and there, but not actually kind of sit down and finish off the reward track. So I think I'm
Right.
at level 25. Made sure if I have been on trying to do those daily challenges to get that kind of filled out. So I know I'm at like 25, and next week, finish that off. That would be really cool. So I am so appreciative that they kind of changed that. Whether we did that with the title of our show or whether it was because they had the bug, we're taking all credit for that. But
We did it. We'll take credit. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I have had almost no time to play during the week, so I've been trying to like find like an hour or 2 hour stretch here and just to get on and just. This is the first thing grind. I use it in air quotes, but I sort of grinded the activity because I want some of the rewards and I want the tier 5 stuff, even if for infusion fuel, if nothing else. But like I want to be able to play this while it's here and beneficial. And I was very happy to get that third week, especially since I missed was gone for a week of it. So it was nice to have that with Bungie. There's no reason to do short holiday events. We enjoy them. Let us play them. There's no harm in letting us play them more.
Yeah, seeing as you had that extra week
Promise.
spare anyway, it's just like
Right. It's like
it's
what
nice.
would we have
Just
been
fill it.
doing? Yeah, it's like what else was there? It's like
They
if-
might have
if-
had another week where they put like a modifier in the portal. Like I think this week we had the
Right.
deluge one come up where you can run over the pools and it gives you like your super, your melee, your grenade kind of thing, which has also been really helpful playing like Fest of the Lost. Down somebody, they pop one of these things, you run over it, you get your super again. So that's been pretty good fun.
Right.
But
yeah.
I think
it's
also
like you can do both. You can have the modifier up and the activity. Like no one will be mad about that.
No. More is better. And I think with like the Crucible Red Rumble is also pretty good, so that you are getting a wide selection of gear to drop. Like if you want infusion for your armor, because I think that, apart from the odd one or two pieces that I'm getting, I mean, you get a helmet like every kind of like run that you get. But I think apart from that, I
Right.
mean, I've got like the odd piece of armor to drop. Always the weapons, but yeah, the odd piece of armor. So it's nice to kind of jump into that and get more of a chance to get the armor to drop from Crucible in there as well to kind of infuse up. Because I started on my hunter this week, and I was like, oh, my hunter's like 380, so I can only play. I think it was master. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, so. But it wasn't then, because I wasn't in the bracket of 400s or 450s. It was like, right, we're going to give you tier 3 stuff. We feel sorry for you, but you're getting tier 3. You are getting some of the powerful things to drop because your account does say that, So I think the helmets were dropping at 481, but and I think some of the weapons that were dropping at 481 as well. I was like, oh, okay, so a few bits. So I'm going to have to jump into the Rumble and do that as well. So.
Yeah, finish that out. And is there, and I've lost track, is there a reason to hold on to these helmets post event? Are they going to be useful, or is it going to be basically they're useless post event?
I think on the text when you go into it in the inspection says that it's going to be deprecated at the end of the event. So
Okay.
I don't know whether that's deprecated
Yes.
because of the whole mod system and putting on a mod that will kind of match
Ooh,
other
yeah,
sets, or
probably.
they're going to
Yeah.
deprecate the lights. So
Okay,
make sure
there's
that you've got one helmet that's infused into something that's quite high light before the end of like the event. But those,
okay.
they always say they do get deprecated. And like I said to you, I've got like a couple of helmets from past seasons that I've held on to in my vault. I bring them out just for
same.
pure fun and giggles. And so, yeah, it's just, and sometimes they're really useful, like this year. Really useful.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple. I've got a couple that kind of sit on my hunter because that's where I store them. Because just from years past, and yeah, it does say this item grants a benefit to power only during Festival of the Lost. So
Yeah.
that's what I've been doing. I've been taking them and just infusing. Yeah, I've got them at 456. I guess is where I'm sitting. So
Yeah.
I've just been infusing them into all my other helmets at this point. Going, all right, well, your helmet infusion fuel. Let's just throw you into helmets and throw you into things and
I did come
bump
across
bump the
something really
levels
funny
up
this
there.
week. I I was playing Festival and it suddenly popped up, oh, go back to Eva, you've completed something. I was like, oh, okay. Went back to Eva and she went, I've got a reward for you. I was like, oh, what have we got? She gave me an armor piece from, I want to say, Arrivals. I think it was the Arrival symbol at 200. So it wasn't even anything to do with, it wasn't a piece of armor that was from Arrivals that was relevant for this. It was like, why? This is obviously coded into the game. I think I collected so much candy to get it as a reward, but I was like, I'm not understanding this. Why? Because it was just like, I just delete. It wasn't anything. Yeah, I just didn't get it, and I was like,
Thanks, Grandma.
so strange.
We're gonna let you rest here in a minute. She's working that extra week, and it's just a little bit too much for her.
I
She's
don't
just
think she.
she's
Yeah, I
just
don't think she's
handing
caught up
out
with this new
handing
armor
out
system. She's
things.
not Armor 3.0. It was Armor 2.0, and maybe when she comes back in Solstice, she's going to go, "Oh, I've now got the hang of what it is." So
That's probably where because I did the same thing, and I thought I had completed whatever quest. So yeah, and then I saw it was like, oh, go visit her. I was like, okay. I was like, no idea how many days that's been up there to say go visit Eva. So I did, and you just picked things up, and then you cleared out my vault, and yeah, I basically am playing the game of, I have a 200 level something. Wonder where that came from because I'm not paying attention to where it's dropping. Just I've cleaned out the vault, I've picked this up, I've turned in things, I've gotten rewards. Oh, and now I've got this for reasons.
yeah, and I'm hoarding all my candies for the last week because I was like, I wonder if I can reach the event candy cap, which is 999,999. I'm at 18,415, and I haven't played it as much, but I'm sure there's more people that have probably reached that.
just because you can.
Just because, yeah. Why not? It's a bit of fun.
Yeah, I mean, and it's probably worth mentioning as we are talking festival and altars, and really the only non-patch related Bungie note from this week is they did give us a little bit of insight into the soft lock, which again I didn't encounter either. But they do say, upon investigation, we found the cause of a soft lock occurring in high difficulty portal activities was an issue that could occasionally break behavior of the limited revives modifier. So they say they did fix it. They say tomorrow at that point with the 9153 patch, and they'll continue to monitor. The update also has fixes for players getting blocked when transitioning to a new altars wave as well on the final boss and going through the first damage phase too quickly. So again, playing the game too fast and something with the limited revives was causing it to freak out and soft lock. So I can't remember. I think we talked about it. I think it was week when we talked about a video. I don't remember if it was Astacross or Houndish or someone put a video basically. It was basically just like stand there and be the guy on your team that just does not shoot, does not do damage to the boss. Basically, they're like that first phase, be the person who does no damage. Just, take out the ads, do some ad clear, but just don't do boss damage. So then hopefully you won't, blow through it too quick. He's like, they're like, second phase, go ham, kill the boss. But they're like, the first phase, be the person that stands there and just, has to take a little bit longer than it might normally. And I just thought that was funny. You're playing it too quick. You're murdering things too fast. Just slow down, take a breath, and then murder everything.
Fair enough. Well, I suppose as we're here, we might as well tell them the rest of the stuff that's been updated in 9.1.5.3. So in the portal, they fixed an issue where some matchmaking portal activities would sometimes be missing limited revive modifiers. Ooh, they fixed it. It's now not missing limited revive modifiers. Dungeons. Shattered Throne. For Hunter's Remembrance Wishender quest, players may now summon and defeat Theratos and Querum, the Minotaurs, even if the main encounter in the Erebus area is already completed. So that was just for the Hunters. Oh no, just well, is it just for the Hunters? It says for the Hunter's Remembrance Wish quest. So is that the name of the quest, or is it just purely for Hunters? I can't remember now because it was so long ago when I did that.
It up because I'm going to guess it's the name of the quest because that seems insane otherwise.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. 100 Remembrance is the name of the Wish Ender quest.
Ah, there you go. So it's not just for hunters; it is
Nope.
just the quest.
Yeah,
and
the
I think
quest has been bugged because so and so wasn't spawning. Now I guess they'll spawn, and now you can finish the quest.
those are the hidden minotaurs. I think in that first area where you have to jump up on. You have to do all the bally stuff, don't you? And then you jump up on the top area, and then after you've done all the stuff below, you can then now summon them, kill them, and then get your first orb towards the Wish Ender quest thing.
Yep.
It was a long time ago. It was many moons ago that I completed that. Sorry, I'm very vague, but I know in my head what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and it all sounds vaguely familiar because it's been a long time. Same.
Yeah, and it's nice that it's still there. So
it is.
So Fest of the Lost, the Haunted Altars thing, the boss immune stuff, and they fixed the reloading mid-activity thing that Peroty just told you about. Crucible Ops bonus engrams now gives scored rewards. Fixed an issue where the Gorge grenades would immediately despawn when dropping by the headless ones in Red Rumble. Gameplay and investment armor fixed an issue where tier 5 copies of the Masquerader's helmet would not drop with the tune stat, preventing access to tuning mods. Existing Armor 3.0 copies of the Masquerader's helm will receive a tune stat matching the armor's archetype primary stat if they are tier 5. Lots of requirements for that, so just play until you can get another one, basically. And they fixed an issue where the Iron Panoply set bonus for the Masquerader's helmet was not properly applying. Now fixed. Good. And in general, they fixed an issue where the Fallen Fall seasonal challenge would not track fallen kills to allow players to progress. And they fixed an issue where the Frosted Retinue Frosted Retinue ornament for the Mask of Felty caused fog visual effects that hindered players' views. All fixed. Done. Dusted. And
yeah, somebody was talking about that. I saw someone saying, like, when I use certain weapons, like the screen appears to go foggy or misty or something. I guess that was that.
Yeah.
But now it's fixed, at least in theory. It's all in theory.
And it's a very short week this week, so it's going to be a short podcast. So I do apologise because apart from playing Fest of the Lost that we've done and we've already talked about, I can now tell you what is happening next week in Destiny, which again is shorter than last week. But if you want to find out how to do the festival stuff, I have put in the video a link to the previous week's This Week in Destiny because I do go over all the stuff, like all the stuff from Eververse and all that good information. This week, it's cut out because if you've been playing it, you've been playing it. If you haven't, it does say in the video, go and check out the link. So again, you can ignore that when you're listening to the podcast part of it because it's already edited in there. But it'll be in the YouTube version of the podcast. So if you listen to this now on the YouTubes, the link, I'll remember to put the link back in. But this is what's happening next week. This is your weekly rundown for the Edge of Fate, week 17, starting on November 4th. Week 9 of the Asher 9 update sees Destiny's Halloween event, Fest of the Lost, enter its third and final week, running up until the reset on November 11th and is free to all players. If you want a quick catch-up guide on the festival, then check out the link for all the most up-to-date information. In the Portal Crucible Ups this week will be competitive, control, and a variant of cutting edge, with Trials of Osiris at the weekend. Other non-featured modes of 3v3 survival and 6v6 hardware supremacy can be found over on the Crucible Director. In the solo ops we have Skywatch, the Salt Mines, the Conflux, Creation, K1 Logistics, and Caldera. In the fighting ops we have the 3 new Reclaim missions, Cabal's Watch, Conductor's Keep, and Fallen Bunker, Battlegrounds Behemoth, and Episode Echo's Core, 3 additional strikes of Hypernet Current, Insight Terminus, and Fallen Saber, 3 expeditions from Season of Plunder, Nessus, Cosmodrome, and Europa. We also have the strikes of Liminality, the Devil's Lair, Proving Grounds, the Inverted Spire, and the Glassway. Battlegrounds Oracle, Foothold, Delve, and Conduit, Empire Hunts the Warrior, Technocrat, and Dark Priestess, with Savathûn Spire Offensive. In the Pinnacle Ops we have the 3 dungeon layers, Pit of Heresy beneath the Necropolis, Duality Nightmare of Golron, and Warlord Ruin Heaven's Vengeance. The new exotic mission, Heliostat, with the Wolfsbane exotic axe as the main reward. Move from fireteam ops, we have Onslaught Widow's Call and Midtown. Episode Revenant Contest of Elders, with the Coil. Exotic missions, Presage, with the Dead Man's Tale exotic scout rifle being the main reward. the Season of the Haunted, and opulent weapon sets, plus the Idolium Pursuant armor set. Node Override Avalon, with Excalibur Exotic Glaive being the main reward, and the Season of the Defiance weapon set. Starcrossed, with the Wishkeeper Exotic Bow being the main reward, and the Season of the Wish weapon set. The Whisper, with the Whisper of the Worm Exotic Sniper being the main reward. Kel's Fall, with the Slayer's Fang Exotic Shotgun being the main reward. And Encore, with the Choir of One Auto Rifle being the main reward. On Kepler, Featured Mission 1 this week will be Commencement, and Featured Mission 2 will be Charge. This week's challenges are Superfluitious, Colossal Conquests, Calibrate Close Range, and Calibrate Long Range. For our Legacy rotation, the Dreaming City this week is at a medium curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in the Divilium Mist and has the Oracle Engine mission for the next week. The Blindwell features Hive enemies and the Plague Kragar. The Ascendant Chant will be the Shattered Ruins over in the Spine of Keris. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is a mysterious disturbance. The Trove Guardian is located in the Anchor of Light, while the Wandering Nightmare is the Nightmare of Jax, Claws of Zevra Wrath at the Hellmouth. Nightmare hunts Crota, Despair, Fogoth, Fear, and Ghoul, Rage. The Altars of Sorrow start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Zydron and the Heretic Rocket Launcher. On Europa this week, Phylax the Warrior will be the Empire Hunt, Asterian's Abyss will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Agility. Days of Eternity Expert difficulty rounds are Fallen, Hive, and Zydron. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Wild Hunt armor set will be available in Days of Eternity with Weapon Set 1. Arsenic Bite 4B, Blasper 2, Corsair's Wrath, Deafening Whisper, Dire Promise, Enigma's Draw, Escape Velocity, Giant 7 Rifle, Friction Fire, Royal Chase, True Prophecy, and Timeline's Vertex. The Witch Queen weekly story mission is The Ghost, Altar of Reflections Catalyst, and Altar of Reflections Pact. The Wellspring activity will start the week on Defense, with Avoid Sniper, Father Sin, and Zurich, Scorn Raider as the boss. The Lightful weekly mission is First Contact, the Partition mission will be Ordnance, and the Vex incursion will be Umshire Park. In the Pale Heart, the exotic mission Dual Destiny is still available for teams of 2 Guardians, where you can farm the mission to earn as many new prismatic exotic class items as you like. The 12 Guardian Matchmade Excision mission is also available, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sun Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. The Lost Sector rotation for this week will start with Vale's Labyrinth on the Cosmodrome, Bay of Drowned Wishes on the Dreaming City, Scavenger's Den on the EDZ, Bunker E15 on Europa, K1 Revelations on the Moon, Hydroponics Delta on Neptune, the Conflux on Nessus, Sepulchre on the Throne World, and the Blooming Deep in the Pale Heart. With the Edge of Fate, all raids and all challenges are now available all the time, and at present there are also no featured raids or dungeons each week. And the Ashen Iron update now allows you to farm past raids and dungeons for their respective exotic weapons, with no weekly lockouts. The new raid, the Desert Perpetual over on Kepler, has now been updated with a normal and epic version, with both dropping tier 3 plus loot, with a chance of the exotic rocket launcher Whirling Ovation to drop. The Sundered Doctrine dungeon can be found over on the Throne World, with the exotic linear fusion rifle Finality Zager up for grabs. The exotic mission rotator will be Node Override Avalon, with Excalibur Exotic Glaive being the main reward, and the Season of the Defiance weapon set. The exotic missions, the Whisper and 0 Hour, will also be available in the Legends tab. And that's it for the 9th week of Ashen Iron.
There you go. And Festival of the Lost is over because, well, it's
No, we've still got the week.
It is a 1 week.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought this was week 3 already, but no, you're right.
No,
goes to November 11th.
Yeah,
days are hard, weeks are hard, calendars are tricky.
And then the week after, we've got the Call to Arms event, and I mean, we did go over it last week, but what I found quite interesting is that Devram K on Light.gg has 2 kind of vendor things. So you can look at Devram K in like the EDZ, or you can look at Devram K, the Dead Zone Scout, and look at all the stuff that's kind of coming for this Call to Arms stuff. With it looks like 1, 2, 3 emblems, a shader, those fiery helmets that we talked about, the Desert Burnish exotic weapon ornament for the new Malapus, and then cutting edge procurements. There's a box there that looks pretty cool. So yeah, and but we'll go over that if they tell us more stuff next week. But for this week in Destiny, for the 30th of October, Festival of the Lost still here, 2nd week. Festival of the Lost fashion. I always forget about this every year. I say I'm going to participate, I'm going to do something, and then I don't. But we do have another week of that. They've got you an update an update to the progression analysis for the 9.1.5.1 update that they did on all the changes to the power progression. New Destiny 2 cinematics are in the archive, and Trials and Bounty for Good. But the Bounty for Good is now gone, because that was on the day of the TWAB. And we did tell you about that, and Bungie told you about that the previous week. So that was already gone. So Fest of the Lost.
That's what happened.
You know, it's here for another week, and Bungie like to tell you it's still here. So there's plenty of time for you to get that Ghostwriter title, or guild it, or even be able to equip it. Maybe we don't know at this point. Some people can, some people can't. It's a thing. You still can go to the Fest of the Lost sale up until the 11th of November at 8:59 PST to enjoy the flat shipping rate and the extra 20% off all the last chance items. So you can go to the Bungie store and get that, and you get an emblem which looks haunted. Pretty cool. And then we've got fashion. There's like many pages of fashion of people submitting their cool pictures, and
People that remember that was a thing like we do every year, but then actually acted on it. Which
I'm sure we did say about it last week, and now it's here.
Yeah,
and now we have the pictures.
Yeah, and Bungie does talk about it when they're like, yeah, give us our pictures, submit things, and we'll show off our favorite ones, and you'll win an emblem for it. And many people have, and they look lovely.
They do. I couldn't really pick a favorite one. Did you have one that you liked the best?
No, I mean, yeah, they're all. I think I think they were all very good. I mean, the Hocus Pocus one, I just think it's fun because I think anytime you get people together as a theme to do any kind of group project, and the Silk Song, the Hollow Knight Silk Song cosplay is pretty amazing. I was looking at that going, that's not in game, right? And it's like, oh no, it's a cosplay of it, which I think is just, the Hollow Knight Destiny crossover. I think is good fun. I just think it's a neat style, but yeah, I think just lots of people did good things. I'm always impressed with people's pumpkin carving skills.
Yeah,
who are able to do the carved king or crimson carvings. I think just anybody with that level of skill at pumpkin carving, I think is great fun. So yeah, there's still time to participate. So you can still take a picture, upload your picture, in game with just yourself or you and your friends, and use a hashtag FOTL Fashion 2025. Or if you've got a pumpkin, carve or paint a pumpkin, build a mask, show us your Destiny inspired costume. FOTL Creation. Oh, okay, that's FOTL Creation 2025. So either FOTL Fashion 2025 in game or FOTL Creation 2025. Use those hashtags, put them on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram with the above hashtags and your Bungie name. And if they like it, they'll, I guess, feature another round of these. And you can submit up to 3 things. So this is my
up to 7 Guardians per video.
Ooh, there we go. So yeah, grab your friends, have a little dance party. I would like to see a full Thriller rendition in the tower.
That has been done.
Possible.
That has been done.
Yeah, but it should be done again because how many years has it been? There's always time for more.
There is. I am surprised that nobody submitted their mask. The guy that I told you last week that was in the tower with the whole mask get up. I'm surprised that hasn't been.
Yeah, Jim Carrey mask. Yeah.
Yeah, in my head, when I say the mask, and I'm thinking Jim Carrey the mask, I'm not sure everybody else is following that, so I do apologise. I should have said Jim Carrey the mask last week.
We'll just make sure we make sure we know that they know we're talking about the mask versus just a mask, because there's many masks. You could have Weasel masks, Gambit masks, Oryx masks, all sorts of masks.
Yeah, and so many masks to collect. But Bungie would just like to let you know that the progression has improved since the 9.1.51 update. The rate of power gain has more than doubled for players at 300 plus power. Maybe that's because you gave us a box that got us up to 300, or the people that weren't. But there is a little chart that they've got in the TWAB just to show you that it is true. So you believe the chart, and it has more than doubled. They're not going over the player base to see if that's increased or doubled, but they're telling you that the getting to power levels has increased. Edge of Fate was a little bit, Ashen Iron was a little bit more, and then 9.1.5.1 was massive, mahoosive. They've just blown it out the water. Hopefully, if it stays like that, everyone will be at 550 by the time we get to Renegades.
Yeah. Now, I do give Bungie credit. They have given us a chart with both an X and a Y axis on it. So, and
They have listened to you.
At least some level of labels. We still don't have any numbers for any of this. So, numbers did go up, but what are the numbers? Oh, we don't know, because charts don't really need numbers. Just make the graph bigger.
Yeah.
Make graph go up. Tall graph is tall, short graph is short. And yeah, pushing everyone to 300, just for literally putting the game in and hitting go, I'm sure helped with that. I would like to see a slightly more detailed breakdown of how much of this growth is people to 300 and how much of it is above 300.
No, you don't. You don't really want to see that. Because then Lucky would make a video of somebody else watching a video that somebody else was watching a video. We don't want that. There's probably another video of him watching another video. Just play the game and enjoy it, man. Make videos of you doing trial stuff or 3-manning a raid. I want to see stuff like that.
I mean, if people want to see me losing trials over and over again, I can do that. But I don't think that's what people are interested in watching, though.
No, trials is good these days.
Well, trials is good. I'm just saying I'm not good.
Oh, okay.
It's me in the trials. It's a 2-step process.
Yeah. So Bungie have also updated their cutscene archive with the Final Shape videos. All the cutscenes from that episode, Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy are also in there as well on YouTube. So if you want to go and catch up on story, that you can still, you can play the Final Shape, but you can't play the other bits apart from some of the exotic missions. If you want to catch up on those story beats, then you can watch all of that on their YouTube channel. So
yeah, and they do warn you. Obviously, there's lots of spoilers because it's all the cutscenes about what's happened. So yeah, show of hands, who remembered Bungie had an archive channel that they update like once a year or something.
I think only the people that got upset that they used to do that before Bungie did would remember.
Yeah. Yeah, and Trials is up. It's Event Tide Labs. The RES Neutralizer Kinetic Spread Shot Hand Cannon is the weapon, so you're either there or you're not there. But if you're looking for the Ever-Burning Glitz Auto Rifle, it'll be the featured weapon next week, they say. Ooh. So they're giving you a little preview for next week. So if you want a fancy auto rifle, that's when you can get it next week.
Could you not tell us what the map is next week, so we could get prepared? No. We could go and practice. No.
Okay. That's unknown. Just for those wondering when the Ever-Burning Glitz will be featured again, be there next week. Now, hopefully that will actually happen, Bungie. Right? It's actually going to be up next week.
Yeah, because it's in the portal. It has to happen.
It must happen. The portal would not lie to us.
No, never.
And then you either hunted down to Fizzle and Walla and Dev, Zachary Brown, and Daniel Powell, or you didn't. But that's over. So congratulations, or sorry that happened to you. Depending, apply whichever feels most valid.
Yeah, I do want that emblem at some point, but yeah, trying to matchmake with them and be on at the same time. It's always an issue for me.
Same time, same area, same region. Yeah, it's just it never works out.
No. Well, what about things that people do want to know, like some issues? Are there still issues in the Fest of the Lost? Do we have general issues? Do we have ability issues, activity issues? Just issues in general with the game? Are there?
Yeah, are there many? I'm gonna guess there's maybe a few. Let's see. There's probably one or two. So for Festival of the Lost known issues, we have resolved a majority of the soft locks, also not all of them, in the Haunted Altars with update 9153. They have seen additional reports of an additional lock when aligning altars and defeating ogres in that encounter simultaneously. So it gets either align your altar or defeat your ogre, but not at the same time. Or you might soft lock yourself. Or again, just be cool. Just relax. Take it easy. Put on a silly weapon. Just, go slower. Take it all in. Just breathe. Sip your coffee while you're playing. It'll all be fine. If you're trying to do the Sweet Tooth Daily Challenge, it's not recording progress properly. So you're going to have to eat candy while you're doing it to help it progress properly, I think. I think that's the key. You need to actually be in your children's candy dishes while you're doing this. I think that's the only way.
Ah, okay.
The Veiled Haunting, Masked Milliner, and Formal Shadow set arm ornaments are causing visual effects to appear in players' view when some abilities are activated. But that's okay. You don't need to see. You have an ability up. You're fine. Previewing some Festival of the Lost masks in collections will bring up the incorrect visuals. Don't know which ones and don't know which ones are incorrect, but yeah, some of them are previewing wrong. Players who have previously acquired the Ghost Rider event title are no longer able to equip it. So some of you can, some of you can't. Good luck. Maybe if you guild it, maybe that'll help it out.
Yeah.
Some players still unable to acquire the small gift of candy from the tree in the tower, but some players can. Again, may the light shine upon you. And the final scoreboard in Red Rumble may not accurately reflect match results due to discrepancies in Headless One Kill's properly awarding score. So we need a better scorekeeper in Red Rumble, apparently.
That's because we keep shooting him in the head. He's the scorekeeper.
Yeah, he doesn't count so good that way.
No.
We have some general issues. Same things with the vault of basically we see reports that the vault inventory does not work on controller.
I've worked that out. I did. That was one thing I did this week. I actively went and found it out. So it looks like you can access the vault by doing any way that you want to kind of do it beforehand, but you have to click in your thumbstick on controller anyway. So even if you go to the tower and you access your vault, you can go and it shows you vault. But then if you come out of that via the vault, it takes you back to your character. And what you could usually at that point then do is then click on a weapon and transfer it. But no, you actually have to physically click the left thumbstick in to access vault mode. And I think the same thing when you're in orbit, or if you're kind of in an activity, you want to kind of get into the vault, you can access it the same way by, I think it was go to your character screen, and then I think is it push up or down or whatever way you used to be able to do it. You click in the thumbstick to then activate the vault, and then you can go then do the transfers between the stuff. That's how I've kind of found that it's working. I think that's the way that they intended it to work beforehand, that you actually had to you access the vault, you then click into a vault mode before you then kind of come out, rather than before where it was glitched, where you could just go into the vault and then come back out to your character and you would be in vault mode. I think there is a third thing that you have to kind of access to do the vault moving around.
Well, having tried all of that, I don't see anything that gets me into a vault mode up to and including clicking the left thumbstick. So as of now, I'm in orbit. I'm sitting in orbit looking at my beautiful ship.
If you push down on the D-pad.
Yep. Yeah, then I'm in my vault.
Yep. And then if you then come out of that, if you press back, does it take you to your character?
No, back to orbit.
Okay, so if you push down on the thing, and does it then, if you then press the thumbstick, then does it say on the screen that you have accessed vault mode?
No, I have no vault mode anything. Like when I'm in orbit and I hit down on the D-pad to get into the vault, I see gear stats and dismiss as my two options. I can left trigger to show the stats on the gear, and I can dismiss, but nothing else seems to do anything else.
Okay.
There's no other instruction provided.
If you go to your character, and then access vault mode.
All right. So if we go into the character and I hit up on the D-pad,
yeah,
we are in the vault, and I have what looks like the same view as when I do it from orbit.
Then if you come back out and then you click in the thumbstick, the left thumbstick, does it then say in vault mode?
Oh, that's stupid. Okay, yes.
It's not shown to start off with, but when you do click it in, but you can then go back to your character at that point, I think, and then do transfers. I think the left thumbstick thing is the thing that, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's dumb. Okay. All right. So yeah. So I'm just sitting in orbit. So I'm just hitting what I'm going to call the start button. Basically the three horizontal line button on Xbox. I'm sitting in orbit. I'm hitting the button to bring me into my character screen. Now I see along the bottom there is a toggle : vault for the left thumbstick. So basically, don't enter your vault at all to start with. Just enter your character screen, and then there's a toggle. Then when you press in your left thumbstick, now it goes from sort of the normal view to everything gets a little bit dark, and it says vault mode in the upper left.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I like that better, but I feel like they should have put a tooltip in the game because like going into the vault, just there's no way to get to it from the vault. Like I've been going crazy how do I just put things in my vault? I just want to add things to the vault.
Yep.
And that Bungie, you couldn't have made that any bigger, better. And okay, it is taking me 3 weeks to learn how this works, and I feel very stupid for it. And I know it's not my fault because I'm blaming Bungie, because you have to explain how your game works.
Because they've changed the way that you can access, or you used to be able to access it. So yeah,
right. Yeah. So there's basically no way. Like if you're in, the whole thing was, when you're in orbit, you can get to your vault, which still works, but then you can't interact with anything in the vault. I don't understand. Can I pull? Okay, so you can pull from the vault that way, but you can't put anything into the vault that way. So to put things into your vault, you have to open your character screen, hit your left thumbstick or whatever the toggle is on the bottom of the screen. That is okay. Again, why did we break all this that when it was working before? Okay, at least I feel smart enough to put things in my vault again. So yeah, I guess pulling from your vault was fine. Those of you out there who are smart enough to do that have had no problem. For me, just trying to put things back in the vault, I've been using dim the whole time because I apparently just never read the bottom.
Yeah, I had as well. I was like, well, we did talk about it on show. I must investigate this.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I'm not going to read Bungie's words because we've done that the last 2 weeks and that hasn't helped me at all. But hopefully our real-time troubleshooting has helped you understand how the vault works, or you're just shaking your heads going, guys, it just wasn't this hard. But don't worry, your new competitive emblem for reaching Ascendant 3, still not in collections. For your hunter abilities, and we're sure, so this is actually an ability for the hunter, not just a quest with a hunter name in it, but the hunter prismatic grenade ejects off a target if an area denial grenade launcher is used on the target. So again, you can still be safe that way. The Roaring Flames Titan aspect is not activating on ignitions caused by weapons. And arc chaining from the lethal current aspect is not activating on combination blow. So Warlocks, all your abilities working just fine. Everything's perfect. You have all the friends now. Hunters and Titans, you've got broken things. For your activities, breaking Vex crystals in the Heliostat mission is still not granting the Wolfsbane's intrinsic to all players in the fire team. Now, I swear that they said they fixed that in the patch last week. I would almost swear to you that they said that was one of the things they fixed.
Yep.
But they're gonna say it's still broken, so maybe it's still broken, or maybe it's broken in a different way. Good luck. Now, guys, I know the Heliostat exotic mission lists the incorrect collection of champions when previewing the activity. It should state players encounter barrier and unstoppable champions. Unless you've rebroken that, you fixed that last week.
No, we don't. We don't fix things.
What is happening? Are we just have we just given up? Have we just given up on writing things and looking at the TWAB and saying, are we? No, I'm gonna double check because I'm sitting here and able to. I'm gonna double check. If I go to Heliostat and I preview the mission, it says barrier and unstoppable champions. So Bungie, that also is fixed. It does correctly state those two things. So do activity completion rewards from Conquest of Elders go directly to the Postmaster? Couldn't tell you. Hey, if a player completes the encounter and then tries to spawn Theratos, Archer's Bane, and Shattered Throne Dungeon, it won't spawn. Players can work around this by spawning enemies before completing the encounter. Is that not the thing we just talked about being fixed?
No. Obviously not.
Is that a different guy entirely?
Yep. His name was Chris.
Chris, yeah. And, okay, now I feel like I'm just being punked here.
It repeats itself, doesn't it?
It does. The Heliostat mission lists the incorrect selection of champions when previewing the activity. It should state the players will encounter barrier and unstoppable champions. Guys, dear sweet people of Bungie, I know I ask for things, but did we throw all the shoes at all the English majors? Are we just not proofreading anything?
If you look carefully, somebody put barrier and unstoppable champions, but the champions in the first line that you read was a small c, whereas the last one you've read has got a capital C for the champions.
Oh, right. Small C champions versus big C champions.
Exactly. That's the difference. There are big C's, little C's.
And in the game, it does say big C champions.
Sometimes you see them and sometimes you don't see them.
So maybe those small C champions are still harder to find. So about that roadmap.
No, you're not getting a roadmap this week. What you are getting is a quilt.
Okay, now this
art of the week.
This I am legitimately impressed by. To put this whole quilting takes effort. That is incredible. Good job, Evren via Blue Sky. That is a beautiful quilt of all the Bungie symbols that I don't know the names to any of, but that is spectacular. Great job.
That's the raid symbols, isn't it? From the pyramid ship raid, and I can't remember the name, but people will know that one.
Yeah, that is a phenomenal amount of work. And 19, there you go. Someone has done Trio Verity on Salvation's Edge. So there you go. 3-manning a raid, just what you asked for.
No, I asked Lucky to get on with that. It's like, Lucky, instead of making depressing videos about things going down, bring people up. Let's celebrate some things in Destiny instead. This is a request for this week, please. Yeah,
well, this is Chaos Reese, REIS, is who's done this, along with Cake 6 and Easy, and someone who won't stand still long enough for me to read their name. Oh, FSSTN. So yeah, they've 3-person Verity. So there you go. And another week, another twit in the books that we worked real hard on. Let's go back to Festival of Lost and some rewards. As a sneak peek into the more immediate future, next week we'll have a sandbox preview of some of the changes coming with Renegades. Our next expansion is coming very soon. Time to start unveiling more about it. December 2nd is almost here. Destiny 2 community team. Yeah. So yeah, we're not going to get a roadmap to Renegades, but we're going to get Renegades. So
no, we're getting a sandbox preview before Renegades and the roadmap.
It's all the same. It's all fine.
It's like one of those promises that your grandparents makes that says, you could come over for a sleepover at some point, and then they get elderly and forget, and you just go with it and say, yeah, I know they'd said that, but it was going to happen. It's now not going to happen. We're just going to have to move past the roadmap and just take the TWABs with the sandbox changes instead.
Mm-hmm. We're just going to take what they give us and go, that's fine. That seems fine. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's the end of that for the week. And
it is.
There was basically no other news other than, hey, there was a patch, and hey, the game was down for maintenance, and now it was back up for maintenance, and it's presumably been maintained. But yeah, that's it. And I think you mentioned there wasn't a lot on the video front. Did you have anything worth sharing?
I've got one video from Cammy Cakes Gaming, and you might have this as well. The last Thursday pulse rifle. It's got a 0.6 TTK. It's got a 5 out of 5 God roll for PvP, and it looks amazing. It's definitely something I'm going to go after because I love a pulse rifle. Don't know about you.
I love a pulse rifle, and I love that pulse rifle. I have a tier 2 last Thursday that's I'm sure not a 5 out of 5, but it's got a head seeker and rapid hit or something like that on. It's a decent roll, but yeah, I'm very much interested in earning more of those and getting a good one because I like my pulse rifles in PvP. We also have Houndish had players are going wild about the roadmap for Destiny 2 because
you didn't put one of them in, did you?
I did because I did because I did because I just sometimes want to watch the world burn, but I did also have the Cammy Cakes one. I didn't put in a number of other things I watched. I also did put in Profane Gaming has done I ranked every new armor set in Destiny 2 Edge of Fate, which I know we've had a couple of these like over the time, but they keep adding new armor sets, and I think it's just a good reminder of if people are coming back or looking at Renegades, just going, what are all these armor sets and do I care? And now that people maybe are closer to their, tier 4, tier 5 armor and saying, maybe I'll keep some of these, which ones are worth keeping? What do these all do again? I found it a good refresher. And I think it's just, good hearing different people's takes on it because everyone's going to look at these and say, this is better or this is worse because of my play style is XYZ.
Yeah.
And a video that was teased last week that I saw Court Projects tease, and also Llama Tease is fixing Destiny 2's biggest problem. They have done a full portal redesign. So this is Llama, who put the video out, and Court Projects from PvE, podcast fame, and infographics. They've done a ton of custom graphic work on this and custom UI stuff for the portal.
Yeah.
So it's not Deacon approved at 27 minutes almost, but it is like a full in-depth breakdown of the game, the presentation, the UI, and sort of there, and not just moaning about it, but just, hey, here's how we think we could fix this. Sort of if I could redesign the portal, here's how I do it. Here's sort of the how I would go fix it. Which moan all you want, but moan constructively. Bring some constructiveness to the moaning, not just this is bad and we hate it and the player count's going down, but throw some things out there. What if you could wave a magic wand, Hive Witch style, and say, here's what I want to fix, do that. And that was teased for dropping last Saturday. So I think it came out either last Saturday or Sunday. Well, not quite in time for last week's show, but it's in time for this week's show. So yeah, we'll throw that in there too.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the thumbnail, I completely forgot the Sun of Cell strike that came back with Heresy disappeared out of the game. It's not even in the portal anyway. It's like one of the things that you can only access via the portal, because the rest of the strikes you can access via the director, because they made sure that when the Tangled Shore went away, that those strikes went onto the Dreaming City map so that you could still access them. But because we had that returning strike with the Dreadnought coming back and Heresy, it was like, oh, cool. And yeah, it's missing in action. And I didn't realize until kind of looking at the thumbnail, and I was like, oh yeah, we got a strike, but then we got it taken away very quickly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and I mean, the whole Barrow Dyad quest, Barrow Dyad came out with all the different bits and pieces. And if you got the gun, good, because there's still no way to do anything else with it to get any of the other Catalyst stuff. They just haven't added it back to the game at all. It's like, are we going to, or do we care about these? Are we just not going to put them back in? It's just, again, it's where that feisty little R word would come in handy, just to know, when is this coming? Is it coming? And I'm excited to see what they're going to tell us about Renegades and what's headed our way there. But yeah, it would just be nice to know. And again, it's just nice. I like people's constructive feedback, not just moaning about player counts and numbers going down, but just if you could wave a magic wand, what could you do? And I like Llama. I just started following. I wasn't really familiar with their work previously, because there's a lot of people out there in the world and you can only follow so many of them. But I really like Court Projects and his work and stuff. So
yeah,
good luck.
We've also got the Hawkmoon quest as well, because that exotic quest had 3 different versions over the member, because I actually narrated a whole thing of how to get through that first week.
I will never forget that. And then the devastation when you learned there were 2 additional versions of it.
Yeah, 2 additional versions of it. I was like, I am not going to tell people how to get through that.
I've done it once. Go watch Ebontis' video. He'll tell you how to do the rest of it.
Yeah.
Hawkmoon I forget about, because I just think of it as something Xur sells every week.
Because I thought it was going to come back as
dice.
When they went to not the portal, but kind of the legendary tab, and they said that they would bring back exotic missions and they would be in there on a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
One of the missions that we thought was going to kind of come back into that was the Hawkmoon quest, because it was taken out of the game. You're like, oh, well, that is a quest that people can kind of go and do and get rolls of the Hawkmoon. Yeah, just that would give people things to do in the game, rather than Xur keep coming back each week and selling it. It's like, take that away from Xur, put it in the game as something that people would go and kind of play and get on with. But feedback for you, Bungie. Constructive feedback.
Yeah, just so many things that are just like, are we getting this? Should I recommend? Can we tell people how to do these things, or is it just nope? That's just one of the things you just can't have, and we don't know when you will.
Yeah,
but you know what we can have? We can threaten people with good times, like Renard Calant. We enjoy threatening
Renard
with good times.
Calant. Yes, with the R's,
good
demanding the R's.
Always threatening with good times and cats. Our grenade throwers of Golden God 1562 know both the Mancona from Texas and Feral. Phenomenal grenade throwers. Is that part of the threats? It's hard to say. Those are our lovely patrons who've gone to patreon.com/TTH and said, we appreciate what you crazy people do, that you continue to be here each and every week, having the Destiny conversations. Because, I mean, let's be honest, we're here until the cows come home, or the servers go off, or maybe both. Hard to say which. We're here, past the point where Xbox loses the Halo exclusivity and it goes to PlayStation. We've been here that long, and we will continue to be here each and every week. Night Demon, thank you for joining us. Dear listeners, thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Peroty and Night Demon. We're here every week to tell you all about the Destiny things. You can find this show wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Two Titans and a Hunter. You'll find all the good information. If you've got thoughts, comments, email the show, twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. Go to what I've been told is our YouTube, not just any YouTube video, but go to our YouTube videos.
Yes.
And you can leave comments there, and then we'll see them that way. It works out. I've been told it works out much better that way versus just going to YouTube as a whole and leaving comments there, because that just seems silly. So yeah, go to our YouTube videos of maybe the 801 video or the Eververse or Next Week in Destiny, and place your bets on the Crucible modes or if the Everburning Glitz will actually be in Trials next week. We'll see. All the show notes, all the videos we talk about, sites we link to, twotitansandhunter.com, or just scroll down in your little podcast player, because it should be there, and if not, you should find a better one. We have a lovely string of icons on our logo and everything. Go there, you can find a good podcast player. I believe in you. And if you're like, hey, these guys are here, they're nothing if not persistent and informative, and maybe even friendly and fun. Hard to say. You can join the Otter Dance Troop, Threads with a Good Time, throw more grenades, join our Patreon, patreon.com/TTH. If you're looking for more casual encounter, coffee.com/twotitansandahunter. And again, twitch.tv/twotitansandahunter. And you can go there. There'll be streams. When? I can't tell you. That's why you have to go there and hit the button. And then you'll find out. And then you'll know. And then you'll be just a little bit happier in your day. And until next week, any blogs you want to leave the people with, Night Demon, or thoughts or advice, or
Goodbye, blah, blah, blah.
anything else we'll tell the people till the next week?
The
Goodbye,
next
the
year,
people.
blah, blah, blah. That's what you get.
Perfect.
Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.